I'm a cyclist and I live in the Pennines, and welcome to my channel. And today we set off heading into the hills to a place called Mankinholes and Lumbutts, which is somewhere near Todmorden. And you're joining us now live as we make our way along the valley towards Walsden. And today there was 4 of us and we had an absolutely wicked tailwind here, and we were easily cruising at high speeds of around 25 to 30 miles per hour. And with tailwinds like this you can very quickly make up a lot of ground. And here we are now, just approaching the right fork, which is signposted for Mankinholes and Lumbutts, and this is where we start to climb up into the hills. And at this pace you very quickly get out of breath, and here I am now just getting ahead to get some shots of the guys going by. This is a fantastic place to cycle. And here we are now on the descent towards Lumbutts. This was a very fast descent today. Because of the conditions we had a pushing wind, which meant here we were doing over 45 miles per hour, and again looking at the playback we really were on it. I came out wide because of that T-junction there, then we've got a blind summit ahead. I took back in left, luckily there's nothing coming. We've got some water on the road, but we still continue with some good pace along here, and be mindful of this sharp right hand bend as we reach the dip. What a fantastic descent that was.
Well, that was fast. Me and Lee, we hit 45 there without trying. We've got a wicked tailwind this way. This is Mankinholes Lumbutts. It's a place you've got to come and ride. It's only a small part of West Yorkshire, but it's like going back 400 years. This is Mankinholes now, just going past the youth hostel. What a cracking old building. This place goes back to the Doomsday Book. This is the descent of Shorewood Road. It's one of the wickedest descents I know around here. It's a 50 mile an hour, trust me, with several switchbacks, hairpin bends and blind bends.
Okay, you're on board now with the chest cam live on the descent of Shorewood Road. Please don't try and go down these hills really fast. It's dangerous and I don't recommend it. Personally, I love it. I think there's something mentally wrong with me for saying that. But here we are now, taking a right-hander, winding the speed up, and I've got Lee over my right shoulder. I'm tucking in, I've got a left-hander approaching, a slight drop and a right-hander. This is where it gets super quick. But on the water there's a squirrel. Bang, I have no choice, I've had to hit it. That was a tough decision to make. It was either me or the squirrel. In fact, when it happened so quickly I had no time to react other than just to brace myself. Luckily, I got away with this. I think on most other days, I don't want to sound heartless here, on most other days that would be really upsetting. However, on a fast descent like that, you've got to make the right decision at the right time. And here we are now, just on the outskirts of Hebden Bridge, at around the 18-mile mark. So very quickly, we dropped down into the centre, and we made our way on towards Mythenroyd next. So let's just have a quick recap of where we are so far. Having left the town centre of Rochdale earlier on this morning, we made our way towards Littleborough, and then very quickly we made our approach into Walsden, where we took on the climb of Lumbutts and in towards Mankinholes. And having left Mythenroyd, we took a very high level climb above the Calderdale Valley, which led us then into Sorby Bridge, and ultimately into Ripponden, which is where you rejoin us now on the climb towards Blackstone Edge on the A58. And so far we've covered 31 miles.
Right, this will be a gruelling headwind, long climb from Ripponden to Blackstone Edge. Hello!
That cafe on the right.
Oh, that one there, yeah? It's alright, isn't it? Got a nice cafe there.
Going straight out onto the climb,
Okay, I hope you can hear me. We've got the final leg now of the climb up over Blackstone Edge, and it's windy. It's going to be a blockhead wind all the way up. It'll be tough, and maybe on the descent that'll be really hard work as well.
So here we are now on the climb of Blackstone Edge, and because of the windy conditions we formed an echelon where the lead guy takes the point, and then Owen goes second just behind that wheel, and then Mike just comes off that wheel and I'm fourth in line. So we're trying to spread ourselves across the road to get some shelter from the wind, and at the time we practiced this it was safe to do so because we have to be mindful of other road users.
This is hard. There's a headwind.
So having made it to the summit of Blackstone Edge, here we are now on the final descent of the day. We've got Owen on the front just leading the way, then the guys come through. Now when there's a headwind like today, it can be so difficult to build speed up, and I find it at times much harder going downhill than uphill. I don't know why, I just find the efforts are ridiculous. So here I am coming through, going to the front, just injecting a bit more pace into this descent. And I know that very quickly the guys will be on my wheel and they'll all be strung out behind me. And with the right conditions you can hit this bend at some crazy speeds, but not today. Anyway, here comes Mike over my right shoulder. Now I know that he's going to be quite mindful the fact that he's running quite deep section rims here, and with the side winds he could get blown across the road. But at the moment he seems to be doing okay. He's got a nice cadence going there, probably on a 53-15 by the looks of that. And we're cruising here at around 35 miles per hour, and that's really hard work. Approaching here is a big right hand bend. This is the one that can give a lot of riders wobbles with the side wind. You see Mike, he's getting his head down there, he's tucking in, he's putting some power in, and then he freewheels. Well, looking at that, he's took the bend really well there, and we got around that quite safely. This next section here can get pretty quick as well, because as we go around that bend we have variations in the wind direction. But look at this here where Lee goes. Lee absolutely went then, and I believe he spiked at over 950 watts to make that manoeuvre. But look how quickly he stopped pedalling. There'll be two reasons. One, he's on deep section rims, so he's going to be very careful with the buffeting effect. And he's probably got a massive build-up of lactic acid in his legs from that effort. But he's recovered and he puts a really good kick in there. Now on this bike I cannot compete at all, so I just tuck in. I'm trying to get as aerodynamic as possible and I can hold that gap. We're probably hitting around 35 to 38 miles an hour along here. And as we come around this left-hander with a moorcock on the right, the headwind really crucifies us and we're just hanging in there. But I was quite pleased there because this bike is not designed for speed or performance, but I was able to hold that gap. It never grew anymore. And here comes Owen and Mike just following through there, so I get on their back wheels and we all ride into Littleborough. And at the end of the day, that was quite a good little descent. The conditions were really tough and to get down there we had to work pretty hard. So the only thing to do next was to get to Hollingworth Lake to the cafe at the visitors centre to get a nice cup of tea and a sausage and egg muffin. And we didn't film much in the cafe today either. So here we are after a bit of bike talk and some refreshments.
We didn't film in there, did we? We're at the Hollingworth Lake Visitors Cafe. It's proper local to us, this. We'll all be home in 5 minutes. That was tough, that.
Gruesome, wasn't it, that?
Yeah.
It was a tough. That was like, and even when we came around the moorcock then, once we hit, it was like hitting a flipping brick wall.
Yeah.
Lee said we hit 900 watts at one
I
point.
did when I come past you,
Yeah.
coming down thick, 950 watts.
Is that what it was, that?
Yeah.
A spike going downhill. 950 watts.
38 miles.
It's a
And we've
tough
done
ride.
over 3,000 feet of climbing.
Yeah, tough ride, that. I can feel my legs.
Yeah.
So there you have it, and today's ride for me was 38.42 miles and we climbed over 2,800 feet in what were pretty blustery conditions. The average speed wasn't much to write home about and our maximum speed today was 45.1 miles per hour. And here's the general overview of the ride today with the profile and the route that we took. But if you like these videos, let me know and I'll continue making them for you. And thank you for watching.
Yeah, it don't work. She was earlier with this.
This is where we normally start the videos here, isn't it? Oh, wind, wind.
I'm a cyclist. And now we're in 50-mile-an-hour winds.
Until the next time. Right, this is the descent. I'm not going to say anymore.